Hey, Drew.
Carrie, hey, happy weekend. Saturday. What time is it? I don't know. What? Hi.
Hi. What time is it? That's right.
Oh no.
It's time for something. Oh, wait.
Some sort of information that needs to be presented to us in some sort of informative way, as if to let the masses know about upcoming releases from major comic book publishing companies, correct?
Correct. Something. Wait. Red Oscar's telling me to push the button. So let's see. Okay. Push the button.
Drew's News. Exciting tales, fresh comic views. In the pages, heroes fly, villains plot under the sky. From Gotham's dark to Metropolis views, we cover stories old and new. Drew's News, your daily source for comic clues. Join the fun, it's a heroic cruise in the world of Drew's Comic News.
Welcome back to the news, everyone. Hi, I'm Drew, and that's Carrie. And that is also an annoying little furball who likes pushing my buttons, literally. Okay? But let's not talk about last Friday. We got some news, so let's dive into the most basic, because very soon it'll be a new month, which means it'll be another month of more news. So, first things first, Mary Jane. Now, we already know that Marvel's going to be celebrating 60 years of Mary Jane Watson with Mary Jane Face of Tiger issue 1. These are now the accompanying Mary Jane Watson variants. So we're talking 20 Mary Jane covers from some of the best artists Marvel has to offer. High fashion, action-packed, just fantastic. Now, again, I know we said 20, but at this point, we only have 6 right here, but these 6 are just a fantastic collection here. So, Carrie, if you wouldn't mind.
Yep. Okay. This one is.
It's an artist.
It's an artist.
Artist.
It's somebody.
And that is also another great artist.
You're so prepared.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that I know is Humberto Ramos. I'd recognize that style anywhere.
MJ looks a little psycho in this one. She's like, ah!
So, but that's Humberto Ramos. Again, I bought enough of those books to know. Oh, that's very nice.
Yes, it is.
I feel like
It's
I
really
really
pretty.
I really should know. Oh, that one's. So we had Humberto Ramos there. And then that one right there, that's Kari Andrews. And then after that, that's Todd Nauk. And then after that, you have that's, I guess, a Queen in Black Venom variant, which is appropriate considering she's, Venom now. By the way, the other covers, the second one, the Iron Man, that's Lee Rooks, and the Amazing Spider-Man, that's Chris Anka. So got it.
I got Lee Rooks.
There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, so again, everybody, these will be released throughout August. So if you like what you see, support one of Marvel's favorite redheads. So.
All right.
Next up.
Moving on.
This is extremely exciting. And when we had one of the primary scribes of this on last year, he hinted that he was very excited to be building up to this milestone accomplishment, which, as we know from other big characters like Batman and Superman, hitting 1,000 issues is a big fucking deal. So naturally, one of Marvel's best is getting his 1,000. So September 2026, Marvel presents Amazing Spider-Man 1,000. So it's been promised that this will be an epic story that's told by a current ASM writer, Joe Kelly, with his frequent collaborator, Pepe Larraz, which essentially is going to be serving as a culmination of everything they've been doing on the title, and then, of course, a pivotal moment that launches into the next phase of their run. And then we're going to get a collection of special anniversary stories by a ton of renowned creators. We're talking John Romita Jr., Frank Miller, Peach Momoko, Stuart Immonen, Brian Michael Bendis, Dan Slott, J.M. DeMatteis, Patrick Gleason, Marcus Martin, and even Alien Earth screenwriter Noah Hawley is making his Marvel Comics debut. So that's pretty rad. But yes, so basically, what we have there, that right there, that looks like I think that's Pepe Larraz's cover.
Yes. Yes, it
And
is.
and then of course you already got there. I'd recognize that. That's a John Romita Jr. So yeah. So basically what they're promising with that is there's going to be a new villain, kind of similar to what Joe Kelly did with Hellgate. It promises that there will be a new villain whose name is Ravage. And their power, that their history-shattering power will force Peter to question his very legacy. So,
Oh my.
I know. And considering how Joe has just been killing it with his run, I mean, he just has done so much already. It's a real testament. And honestly, with all due respect, could not happen to a nicer person and such a great writer. We were really fortunate to have him on the show last year, and hopefully, if we're lucky, we could get him on maybe the fall, so we could talk to him about this. I mean, how cool would it be if we got him on in September when the book's released?
That would be very cool indeed,
That would
sir.
be really rad.
Well,
He's
we'll
so
have to
nice.
give it a shot.
He's so nice. And my God, another one of my fellow people who enjoy looking good in plaid. The plaid people. Right, but moving on. Let's not talk about last time. So
All right.
so following that, we're going to go over to DC, where we're going to talk about the next Batman event, Batman Bad Seeds. Okay? Because, as you know, Gotham is not a good place right now. You have Commissioner Vandal Savage has declared war. Yes, everybody, you heard me correct. Commissioner Vandal Savage has declared war on Batman and the Bat family, and of course is kind of forcing Mayor Pamela Isley, that's Poison Ivy for those people who don't know. She's basically being forced to comply, which apparently she's choosing in October to unleash a desperate act of eco-terror, transforming Gotham into a hostile landscape of prehistoric plant life. So this story will be told across one long night as Gotham's heroes, villains, and civilians are going to be fighting to survive. So this is going to be an event written by current Batman writer Matt Fraction, along with G. Willow Wilson, who I believe is doing Poison Ivy right now. So this pulls from every corner of the crisis. So you have Fraction and Ivy and Wilson steering the core narrative. Then you have other writers and artists like the ones behind Detective Comics, Batgirl, Batwoman, Catwoman, Nightwing, Harley Quinn, are each going to deliver their own chapters tracking Gotham's transformation as this long night continues. So this is going to be over 10 weeks. So,
wow.
Yeah. So the synopsis goes, as Ivy's plants spread, Gotham begins to mutate. Buildings swallowed by vines, streets overtaken by carnivorous flora, entire neighborhoods reverting to a primordial state. With the Bat family hunted, the GCPD fractured under Commissioner Vandal Savage's militarized rule, and civilians trapped in a city turning against them, Gotham becomes a living battleground where each chapter brings a new evolution. So on August 26th, this is going to be when it starts. That's going to be Batman Bad Seeds issue 1. So that's with Fraction, Wilson, and then art and cover by Giuseppe Camicoli, Cliff Rathbert, and Tomeo Moro, with variant covers by Dan Mora, Marcio Takara, Jorge Jimenez, Jeff Spokes, which, fun fact, the Jeff Spokes cover will be a glow-in-the-dark cover. That's going to be pretty interesting.
I think this one's really pretty.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Isn't that so nice? But yeah, so you're going to have, so in August, we're kicking it off. This is going to go through September and October. We're going to find out more of the scope, but this is bad, man. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Gotham has been through a lot, but yet again, man, this is going to be rough.
When your mayor is an eco-terrorist.
How did we think this could go wrong?
Who'd have thunk it?
I don't know. All right, next up, we have another familiar face with their first creator-owned series. So, Image Comics has released a statement about a book called, I believe it's Chachu, which is written by Miss Marvel star Iman Vellani, who is making her solo writing debut. Now, I know some of you are like, wait a second, she's written some stuff before, and you're right. Most people recognize her penning a couple of Miss Marvel books written with Sabir Posada between 2023 and 2024, but this is her first creator-owned series. So this is a 5-issue series which features art by Mariana Ignazi, who we saw killing it on Exquisite Corpses, colors by Jordi Belair, and lettering by Lucas Gattoni, which is a different take on the detective genre. So this follows Layla, who is a 19-year-old Pakistani-Canadian girl from 1979, who embarks on a road trip with her uncle, Chachu, after his wife goes missing. So the synopsis is that Layla is a young woman with a penchant for film and pulp novels who travels to California to help connect with her estranged uncle, a middle-aged, semi-retired private eye, once famous for marrying the starlet he was initially hired to find. But when his wife mysteriously vanishes, once again, the two are forced on an impromptu road trip investigation that transforms her first taste of adulthood into a thrilling confrontation of family secrets, unresolved grief, and the fantasies both her and her uncle have built their lives around. So, personally speaking, I mean, everybody sounds like they're having a blast with this. This sounds like it's a really personal story for Villani. And Ignazi says that it was just so vivid, the style. There's going to be a really interesting style of black and whites, graphic style that's both emotional and deeply narrative. Just fantastic. So that's going to be released August 5th. And Carrie was flipping through the covers there. You got covers by Ignazi, Mateus Bergara, Jacob Phillips, Christian Ward, and there's also, quote unquote, a stealth variant. So basically, you can check all of that out in August this year.
Now, I don't know about you, but this one and this one in particular, they make me think of Ghost World.
Yeah, it definitely emulates that style. I think it's the way that it's drawn, and then also the plain background. You know, I remember those covers as well. I do agree with you. Definitely, it notes that kind of style.
Right.
So
I like that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Wish her all the best.
And now this one's going to be so.
I know, very exciting. I know. I feel like this is right up your alley. Well, actually, it's kind of might be both of our alleys, considering what it's about. So, Dark Horse has announced 6 of Us, which is a 6-part neo-noir series reuniting Tom King with Gabriel Hernandez Walta, who were killing it back when Tom was doing Vision with Marvel, Jordi Belair, and letterer Clayton Cowles. So this is a series set in Hollywood about a cast of a popular TV show who loses one of their own, and then, of course, dark secrets that emerge as a result of the loss. So the synopsis reads, a beloved cast member of a hit show dies under mysterious circumstances, sending shockwaves throughout Hollywood and revealing the secrets, betrayals, and desires lurking beneath the glittering facade. As the surviving cast confront their past, old rivalries and hidden truths emerge, and the line between life and performance begins to blur. So, this is King's second work at Dark Horse. Him and Bilquis Evely's Nebula Award nominated 2024 book, Helen of Windhorn. And of course, his collaboration previously with Walta with Vision in 2015. Yeah, I mean, Walta contributed a variant for Helen of Windhorn. And then his last interior work for Dark Horse was back in 2022. On Hellboy and the BPRD on one of their one shots. So
that's a while ago.
I know, right? So issue 1 is going to be released on September 9th. So you got the main cover by Walter there, and then variants by Fabio Moon, Elsa Chaterer, Jorge Fornes, Raul Allen, and Tula Late, which you all see there. Absolutely fantastic, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, again, you got to give credit to King. I mean, he is just killing it this year. He's got the Supergirl movies coming out next month. You've got his Archie book, Jughead Pimageddon, is in July. Then the Lantern series he co-created is going to be premiering in August. And then at the end of June, he's supposed to be showing at an animation festival, first look at the Mr. Miracle show that him and his frequent collaborator, Mitch Gerads, both worked on. I mean, I'd say we should try getting him on the show, Carrie, but I don't know we'll be able to fit him in. And I mean by that, I mean it's the other way around.
Yeah,
But
well, he's Hollywood busy right now, you know, so
you never know.
that's different than the comic busy. But
Good for
yeah,
him. What a good, and again, he's always been the super most pleasant, nicest person every time I've
oh
met
yeah,
him. So, you know, um,
we, we
one day
absolutely
we'll
adore
get him
him.
on the show.
We shall.
Well, I mean, listen, we got Bendis on. Never thought we'd do that. So, I mean, hey, what next? We'll try for Tom, and then we'll roll the dice and see about Mark Moore.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, if it's good, and if since we're gonna be wishing for wishes, I'd like a pony, please.
We could try to get Mike Mignola on.
Yeah, don't even. Don't. I mean, listen, we saw the levels of fanitude. I don't know about that. That one, oh man, you guys might look at me different afterward. But let's focus on. Speaking of Mike, let's go back
That
to the next
that's where
story.
yeah,
Good
I was
segue there, Carrie.
transitioning.
Nicely done. So,
Yeah,
we have a killer book here, a new Dark Horse miniseries, Ghost of a Ghost, coming from Mike Mignola, Chris Robertson, and artist Michael Avon Oeming. So, Chris, who is no stranger to working with Mike, said that that a lot of times, a lot of the stories he's worked on with Mike have always started with some sort of conversation or some sort of half-formed idea. This one was a full-formed Mignola idea from the beginning. And apparently it happened at like a convention. And this was something that he had in mind for a character that he introduced in Giant Robot Hellboy, which was fantastic. And then it all just kind of lined up. And it basically, Carrie, this is going to be like a jet-setting spy-fi thriller in the 1960s,
that's
but
cleverly
within
phrased.
the Hellboy universe. So, spinning out of the events of Giant Robot Hellboy, which is supposed to see a sequel eventually, the book will find Agent GM now exposed to a substance called encolidite, which causes mutations, working with a mysterious spy ring to keep the material from falling into the wrong hands. So everybody sounds like they're having so much fun with this 1960s retro spy vibe in the Hellboy style. And honestly, just looking at that cover, and I'm sure other covers that will be future released by like Kevin Nolan, Elsa Chatur, and Michael Cho, they're going to be gorgeous. This hits stores September 23rd. And man, you got to give credit. All of the Hellboy stuff, it's wonderful, weird fun.
Yeah, and if we're gonna get Mike and Taki on at some point, we got to do that soon because they're moving to Scotland.
Oh my God. Right.
Yeah, just
Forgot about
announced that. So
that. I do that
they're
too.
getting everything going. I mean, we can get them on from there, but
Yeah.
it'd be easier if
Do it
we
from
could
the
hop
US.
on from here.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. All right.
Now this one looks really good too.
Oh, well, yeah. I had a feeling you would like this. Fantasy horror, right up your alley. So, Mad Cave Studios it announced
Everything
this
okay.
fantastic book. I know Carrie's going to check out Lazarus Order, which is a comic book debut of an actor turned writer, Sloane Morgan Siegel, who did Dwight in Shining Armor. This idea created with character designer Benjamin J. Stockham, artist Juan Doe, and letterer D.C. Hopkins, imagines a medieval world protected by monsters by a holy order of plague doctors, armed with supernatural powers from God himself or herself. You know, we're still very vague on those details. The synopsis reads, their powers come at a great cost. The more they use them, the more it consumes them until they fade to nothing. But despite the sacrifice, they live in servitude and dedication to protect humanity from vampires, werewolves, retivisir, which are ratman disease, the undead, and other variants of quote unquote the first sickness. So basically, this has been all outlined, mostly written. Like Siegel said that everything, all characters are essentially some extension of himself. Which, let's be real, all writers do that in some form or another.
Mhm.
And he just says that everyone in the story yearns for something: acceptance, heroism, freedom, redemption, or some other desire that drives them to become the individuals they are. His collaborator, Stockham, said that he just hopes that everybody will enjoy the complex and interwoven world within this story, that it's just a huge passion project, that just the love shines through everything. And I mean, this just looks fantastic. I mean, Carrie, like, show them off. I mean, you got this. We probably got some pages there, and we also got some variants by Marguerite Sauvage and Georges Gianti. Look at this stuff. This looks amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm super excited about it. I
Well,
love the play doctor.
you love stories that are grounded in rich, complex lore. Like you're
Yes.
like like you appreciate a good story, but if it's got history and legends and lore, you're like, shut up and take
Y-
this money. Like,
we should have been like smarter and had brought out both that we each have a squishable plague doctor.
yes, it's been great. But he's plaguing. So I don't like to
Yeah.
bother him. He's adorable when he's plaguing. So, but yes, they're
My
both so cute.
mine is cuddled up with the Crow Phoenix from one of Chris's Kickstarters.
Nice.
So
Mine just sits near our radiator, and when I look over at him, I still see his lantern glowing. Or it's either his lantern or a mask, and I'm just like, we're protected tonight. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now.
he's they're at the foot of my bed.
There you
So
go.
they're like
Yeah,
they're
you gotta
cute.
have that protection. All
Yep.
right. So last but not least, this is awesome. And I'm very excited because I think we're going to get a chance to talk to one of the major people in it. Batman and Robin Year One, Dynamic Duos from DC, a 12-issue comic series from Mark Waid and Chris Samney, launching in August. Now, these two already killed it with Batman and Robin Year One. We had writer Mark Waid on, the enthusiasm he has for this book, exploring these early years of the formative partnership between Bruce and Dick Grayson, was just a fantastic combination of heart, humor, high stakes, capes and tights drama with just new territory. Like, you didn't think you needed this story, but Mark and Chris was like, yes, you do. So the
Hmm.
synopsis is, the Cape Crusader and Boy Wonder have been hard at work cleaning up the streets of Gotham, and with their partnership only getting better. But when a gang of street kids start causing chaos, both of them will need to get to the bottom of it to figure out where they came from and who is in charge and who is the hidden hand guiding the young mischief makers. And apparently, this is very natural to a Mark Waid, Chris Samney collaboration, that apparently they always do way more than they actually can fit in the books, which I believe Mark said that there was tons that they didn't have time to put in. Um, Apparently this is like Chris's dream job, and Mark could write this forever. So we're gonna see dynamic duos, Bruce and Dick and Catwoman, and maybe a brand new character who could potentially be Selena Kyle's sidekick. You know,
Ooh, we got a
I,
little street urchin here. Maybe that's.
indeed, perhaps. I mean, again, Chris Samney is just by far one of the best. I mean, look at all his work; it is just astounding. Like Mark just writes these wonderful three-dimensional characters, and then Chris just brings them to life so well.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, instead of just That's what I'm looking for. Instead of just making plans for the next one, the momentum is just going, and it just rolls right into each other. So basically, think of it this way, Carrie. What has been described is that year one was about them learning to live together and work as a team.
Mhm.
Dynamic duos is going to be how Catwoman will divide them. Because Dick is going to
Okay.
be like, I don't understand why you don't treat her like the others. And then Catwoman is like, this interloper is an obstacle to overcome if she wants to get her big score, which also might involve her getting close to Batman, and then chaos. So
Okay.
you have Mark and Chris co-writing the series. Interiors, of course, and cover by Chris, color by Matt Lopez, and lettering by Clayton Cowles. I mean, these covers Carrier's showing are fantastic. I mean, the first one is, of course, by Chris. Then you had Mark Silvestri. That's Dustin Nguyen right there. You got Hayden Sherman is in there. That's Mark Silvestri. You had Hayden Sherman in there, right there. Beautiful. And then Greg Capullo is also going to be providing a Dark Knight Returns 40th anniversary variant, which
Okay.
amazing. I don't believe we have that here, but
No.
you know that's going to be gorgeous because that's Capullo doing it. So this arrives comic shops August 12th. And 100%, I can tell you, Splash Pages will be reading it.
Yes, we will.
Well, yes, we will.
Yes, we will, sir.
100%. So, so that's pretty much it for the news. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. If you already did, thank you for subscribing to our YouTube. And if you haven't, join the fun. Hit the like and subscribe button to our YouTube. Follow us as we continue to do more and more interviews. It's going to be really great. We already have a fantastic interview up from our interview with Tom Signoski and his collaborator, Janine. Help me out here. Thank you. Accent.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I got it wrong during the interview. My apologies. And we have such other great people we're interviewing this month, and you should totally be there to enjoy that with us.
Yes. We are going to have a lot of fun in this upcoming on the road to Terrificon. We start that soon. So
yes, we are officially in the part of the year marked Road to Terrificon. So welcome everybody. Join us, and please, we're going to keep hyping this every time. If you're going to be there, we will be there. Say hello, get a sticker, get a photo, get free swag, enter a raffle. You might get some cool things. I don't know. It's going to be wonderful. I don't know why I'm yelling, but thank you very much for joining us. If you need to get in touch with me, I'm Drew Malo on Facebook and on Instagram and on Blue Sky. I'll get back to you. Carrie, you want to say your bit before you go?
Oh, yeah. If you want to get a hold of me, just go to Facebook, Carrie Sanders. If you see a judgmental crow, that's me looking at you. I am judging you. You can get a hold of me through there. I have all the other little links, but I don't actually use them. So don't worry about any of that. So yeah, that's where you reach me pretty much. But thanks, everybody. Take care.
Hey,